Welcome, and here we go. It is week 4, day number 2, and we are so excited to have you with us. I'm Sean Parr. To my right, of course, our good friends, the Remingtons. So great to see you guys as always.
Good morning, good morning.
And of course, right over here, the Jergies, an amazing family that you all follow, I'm sure, online. You should follow both if you haven't already. And we have seen a lot of incredible vehicles over the last day or so, and we're going to see a lot more today, right?
We're going to see a ton. And you know what I love about this? I just love, inspiring people with the family travel, and this is what it's all about. So I'm so excited to share more of these trailers today.
Yeah, and when we talk about the trailers, we talk about being on the road. You guys do this in the Fifth Wheels, which we're going to go into that segment here in just a moment. And Bryce, we have a lot of giveaways, too, to talk about.
We do. I'm excited for that part. We got scooters, gift cards, power sports. We got a lot we're giving away. And if you're not registered, you don't qualify. So make sure to text URVS to 46642, and then you'll be eligible for these amazing giveaways happening today.
Well, also, we have something special planned for you today. The first ever Ultimate Market Sweep. That's going to be happening. It's the Remingtons going toe-to-toe, or basket to basket, if you will, in the Ultimate Shop-Off. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're real excited. We've been game planning all day on how we're going to take out the Jergies because they're beating us 1-0 right now.
Redemption. We need redemption.
Yeah, we love the competition part of what we do here.
Champions.
It's all about the fun. It's all about the family. Most importantly, it's all about you, showing you the best units possible. We start today with the fifth wheel class with the unique sleeping space, and Ian has got us dialed into a Dutchmen Atlas, the 3552 mid-bunk KB. Take it away, Ian.
Coming in at 39 foot and 11 inches is the 2021 Dutchmen Atlas 3552 MBKB. And folks, this is a really cool segment. We have some floor plans that are a little bit different when you're talking about sleeping spaces. If you've been watching the show the whole time, been paying attention, one of the things I said earlier was that a lot of times in the back of the RV is where you will have your big feature. And if you take a look around, you kind of pan, you will see that this one at its heart is a rear living floor plan. But a few years ago, the RV industry, and we're starting to see it in a lot of different manufacturers now, came up with something they called a mid-bunk. For the longest time, any bunk rooms were either in the back or occasionally in the front, most of them being in the rear. You'd either have a rear corner bunk setup, or you would have a bunk room in the back of the RV. And it's great. It's great for sleeping. It's excellent for kids. They have all that space. But what generally would be sacrificed is the living area, right? Like, the kids get the best part of the RV, and the adults are kind of stuck in a little bit smaller space. You can't get as good of configurations. And it just doesn't appeal to a lot of parents. But that was the only option, so that's what people went with. And there are still a lot of great rear bunk floor plans, right? And we've done a number of them throughout the show. We'll continue to do more because they have improved upon them and definitely made them a lot better. But one of the things that came out is a mid bunk, and I absolutely love this floor plan because, as you can tell, when you walk in, everything appears to be rear living. You have dual opposing slides helping to open up this middle space, and it gives you the center island right here in the kitchen. And you can see this is a huge island, folks. I mean, at 6 foot, right? I have about a 6 foot wingspan. You can see, that is a massive island. Beautiful solid surface countertops in here. You have tons of prep space on either side. You have the drying rack right here above the sink. It is a gorgeous stainless steel apron front sink, high-rise pull-out faucet, storage on both sides, and one of my favorite parts, take a look at this. You pull it out and you have a location for 2 trash cans right here, dedicated spot for it. I absolutely love that. And you can see, at a quick glance, the apron front there and all the other storage that comes along with this. So beautiful kitchen space right here. You'll also see the double door fridge freezer combo. Open that up for you so you can take a look at the size here. This one does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. Cool thing about this is with the propane, if you're going somewhere and you don't have shore power, you can still keep things cold. If you move to a residential refrigerator, you're kind of SOL. You need shore power, you need a generator, but here you're good to go. So a lot of people, if you're planning on staying somewhere that doesn't have shore power, still like having a propane refrigerator. Now, it doesn't cool down nearly as quickly as an RV fridge, but you know, it's kind of the trade-offs, right? It's like a lot of things in the RV industry. You have trade-offs. Which way do you want to go? And folks, that's one of the things, right? We're here, we know all these things, especially if you're new. I know a lot of people watching this are new to the RV industry. Let us help you. Let the people with the expertise help you out. If you have questions, if you're like, you know, I do love this mid-bunk as we go through it, but I do want a residential refrigerator. Some manufacturers, that's an option. Sometimes it's not, but we're here to help you. All you have to do is text the word FRESH to 46642. That will let one of our specialists get in touch with you to help walk you through, find the perfect RV for you, or at least show you the options that are out there. And if you are interested in buying, it will also lock in the show pricing, which is a huge deal. Right next to the fridge is our cooktop. You see, again, solid surface countertops here. They're beautiful, recessed cooktop, 3-burner there. Lift that guy up. The front one's high output, oven underneath, knobs light up, and then storage all the way around with the big microwave right here up top. Now, let's take a quick look at the living area, because you will see the huge TV that is straight across from theater seating. So you can watch it from here on the sofa, you can watch it in the theater seats, you have a great view to that. Storage up top, multimedia center here with HDMI input. So if you want to put like a Blu-ray player or something right here, you're able to plug it in there, which is great. And you will also see the fireplace right down below, which not only looks great, but also helps kick out some actual heat. In the very back is the sofa. So this does fold out into a sleeper. You will see that on both sides you have the end tables, so you have a spot for beverage, and then you will also notice these have electrical outlets and USB ports in case you need to plug in, you know, whatever, laptop, tablet, whatever you may have, plus storage all the way across the top. Now right here, you know, again, pretty common for rear living. I have my theater seating directly across from the TV. This is something in the RV industry they started doing a few years ago because they realized that, you know, sitting here like this and watching the TV like this isn't comfortable. It'll start to hurt your neck after a while. This is a lot more natural. It's how we set up our homes. Why wouldn't we want that for our RVs? So both of these recline so you can kick back and relax. Also in this slide is our freestanding table and chairs right here. You need a place to sit down and have meals together, and this is the place that will allow you to do that. So, you know, you can have 2 people here, 4 people here. It's able to accommodate that. Big windows all the way around. And look, folks, at 6 foot tall, I can still stand in this slide. I can fully stand up here. I'm not hitting my head. So that is, again, another advantage. Now, we've seen this, and you're thinking, Ian, okay, it's a rear living. I got it. What makes this a mid-bunk? Well, that is right here, and this is part of it. And again, there's different floor plans here, right? Some of them have what we have here, which is a sofa and a slide. Some of them will have another bunk above this. This current one does not. You have the sofa, it's a tri-fold. This folds out into a bed, can comfortably sleep 1 to 2 people here, plus the window up top. You'll see at the foot, you have additional storage, right? All the way throughout. So storage top there, on the bottom there, plus a spot for TV. So if you do want a TV in here, you can sit right there on the couch and watch TV. Now, there are some manufacturers that call this a different name. Instead of a mid-bunk, they'll call it like a bonus room, right? Or an extra room. And the reason for that is it doesn't have to be for sleeping. Let's say you want to watch 2 separate shows. Someone can be out here watching a show, someone can be in here watching a show. Let's say you do have kids and they want to play on the PlayStation, right? They were lucky enough to get one of the new PlayStation 5s because you're the best parents in the world because you were able to get one. You can sit right in here and be able to, and they can sit in here and play while you're out here watching TV or doing whatever else, or maybe you just don't want to hear it. You kind of have their own little space. So there's a lot of different uses for this. I've also heard it called the mother-in-law suite. You know, mother-in-law wants to come around, wants to go camping, she can have her own space right in there. The other part of this though, and this is again common for some mid-bunks, some are a little bit different, is this right up here, and that is the loft space. Not only do we have the sleeping space down there, but we have a ladder built in, and there is additional sleeping space right up here with a cubby hole so that you can sleep more people. USB ports up here to charge cell phones. Folks, this RV can sleep up to 9 people, which is pretty darn incredible. Now, it's definitely a longer RV as most mid-bunks are. That's one of those things, you know, that again, we're able to help you with. Maybe you want a mid-bunk, but maybe you don't have the tow vehicle for it. We're able to help you out with that. This one right here is a smidge under 40 foot. It's 39 foot, 11 inches. Comes in at right around 11,000 pounds dry, a little over. So it's definitely not a small RV, but it is not only large, but also large on features. And this is another part of it I love. I had to show this if we come in here. You have dual vanities, folks. How often do you get that when you have a bunk model, right? Having 2 vanities. This is fantastic. Great storage underneath. You know, little linen closet behind the door. I can fit right here in the shower. You know, there's just a ton of space in here. You know, it's 6 foot tall. Again, more than enough room. And if we take a quick peek into the bedroom, I'll show real quick there before we head out. As you know, I definitely don't want to miss out on some of the things up here. One of them, washer and dryer prep. I know that's a big one for a lot of people. If you're planning on spending a lot of time, maybe you're thinking about full timing, you want to make sure that you have washer dryers so you don't have to make runs to the laundromat. This one is prepped for it. You also see the bed's in a slide out. It gives you more room. The windows open on both sides for cross ventilation. You have a wardrobe up front here for storage, plus you'll see you have storage at the foot of the bed and a spot for a TV here in the bedroom. Another thing, this one comes with one AC. It is prepped for a second. Now, folks, personally, if it's me, if you're going somewhere warm, you're going to want that second AC. This is a big RV at almost 40 foot. You know, as I said, I would definitely get that second one. I don't think the one is going to be able to handle it personally, but that's, you know, definitely a decision you can make. But as I mentioned, we're here to help, folks. If that's one of those things I can help you out with, or, you know, any specialist that you talk to can help you out with. I want to make sure that you get the RV that works for you. And again, all you have to do is text that keyword fresh to 46642, drop it in the comments section right down below, or give us a call. If you're someone that likes to talk on the phone, I do sometimes, especially if I'm going into depth. You know, I don't want to, you know, necessarily text, right? I want to call someone, and you can do that. Just call 877-297-8725. Get in touch with us, and we will make sure we're finding the perfect RV for you. Painted front cap on the front end. Propane, you'll have a 30-pound tank on each side, so you have one here, another one on the other side. But take a look at this. Look at all of this space that you have. I mean, this is massive garage space in here. You know, it does have an LED light going all the way across there. It's not on currently, but it does have the LED light, so it will brighten things up in there. Another thing, the control is over there. You probably can't see it, but this one does have auto level, folks. You touch a button, this one will level everything, or it'll level itself out. That's something, if you're, you know, just getting into RVing, that's a big deal, right? Because that's one of the most time-intensive parts. You know, once you back it in, once you're able to navigate and hopefully aren't fighting with whoever is guiding you back in, but once you get it into the space, you need to make sure you put blocks underneath and level it out. Having auto level will take a ton of time off setup, really makes life simple. If you take a look up top, you will see two large awnings, one right here, and then another one right back here on the slide. So like your entire campsite has awning coverage, which is fantastic, and LED lights, so you can light it up at night. You have the upgraded steps. The More Ride Step Above Step system works wonderful, very solid, right? I'm over 210 pounds, can run up and down this thing. It doesn't flex. I have the big grab handle for extra control when entering or exiting the RV. I was making our way back a little bit further. I mean, you can see if you want TV, we have TV hookup back here as well. I'm telling you, folks, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. And it's at a great price. That's one of those things. There's a lot of mid-bunks out there, so depending on what you want, you know, we have different levels. We have different price points to fit different budgets. This Atlas for the show is starting at $52,915 or as low as $12.67 a day. If that sounds tempting to you, which it absolutely should, for everything you're getting, an almost 40-foot fifth wheel that can sleep 9 people, then you're gonna wanna text the word RV to 46642, because that lets us know that this is the one that you're interested in. If you like what you saw, but you're not 100% sure, maybe you want something a little bit different, that's great. Text the keyword fresh. That'll give you access to over 100,000 pieces of inventory, both on the lot and on order, that we can make sure we're gonna navigate through and get you the best RV.
Demand for RVs is at historic levels, which is why we are working around the clock to bring you over 80,000 factory fresh RVs. That's the largest selection of RVs in the world. Fresh from the factory to our stores to your driveway or campsite. RVs are made by Americans for Americans. And now you can see America for less. Shop over 80,000 factory fresh RVs, starting at just $5 a day. Click, call, or visit your local Camping World or Gander RV and Outdoors today.
The Atlas is absolutely beautiful, and as you saw in that unit, there are several TVs, right? So let's talk a little bit about TV, some of the options that you have. Your basic one is going to be the TV antenna right here. Now, there's a couple different styles here as well. If you have a little bit older RV, you're probably used to what they call the Batwing. And that is going to be manual in the aspect that you are going to raise it up and drop it down. The big advantage to having an antenna is the fact that, well, once you purchase the antenna, you have the antenna, which again, most new RVs will come with one, is it's free TV, so you don't have to pay anything. The big disadvantage, of course, is the fact that you're going to be restricted to the local channels. So whatever you can get in is really all you're going to be able to get. Now, as you can see, there are a couple different options when it comes to the antennas. You have one that you can retrofit if you already have an RV, a little bit older style, or you can get something like the Razor right here, which is a low profile that you don't have to worry about raising up and down, right? Because if you raise that one up and you forget, chances are it's gonna break off. You might hit something, the wind might take it. With something like this, you don't have to worry about it. So again, cool thing about the antenna is it's just kind of a fire and forget. You purchase it, you buy it once, you're good to go. The other option for our RVers that's very common is going to be satellite. Now this starts getting a little more confusing. I'm going to go over it briefly, just kind of give you a couple options, some rundowns, but know that if you're interested in satellite, I highly, highly recommend coming into a Camping World. We have experts that are trained and they will help navigate you through the process. They'll make sure that you get the right antenna with the right receiver to run the proper number of TVs because they're not all built the same. What we have right here, we have two of them. One is the Playmaker, the other one is the Carryout. Now, here's where I talk about it starts getting a little bit confusing, some of the differences. The Playmaker right here will only work on dish, okay? So if you have DirecTV, this is not one that you want to look at. The reasons this is our most popular unit, though, is because it's a little bit less expensive. If you're looking to get into satellite, you want something that's inexpensive, portable, you just want to run one TV, the Playmaker here is the one for you. If you want something, you want to be able to run two TVs, or if you do have DirecTV, you might want to look at something like this, which is the Winegard Carryout. This one is really neat because it will run on both Dish and DirecTV, so you have a couple options there. And as I mentioned, it can do two TVs at the same time. Now, these are portable systems, but there are other systems as well. You have your fixed systems. And with those, especially if you want in motion, that's a whole nother monster altogether. If you have a motorhome and you want to be able to watch TV while you're traveling, these are not going to do it. You're going to need something separate, but again, we're able to help you out with that. Now, not only do you need the antenna, but you're also going to need a receiver. If you have one at home, you may be able to use it. One of the very common ones is this one right here, which is the Wally. It's fairly inexpensive, compact, and you can get a bunch of upgrades like DVR if you so choose. Again, folks, come on into the store. We'll help you out.
You want to talk about unique sleeping space, folks. This bad boy can sleep 9, 2 full baths. You get the center island in the kitchen. This is the all-new 2021 Sierra 383 BLOK. And I really, really like this floor plan. We're going to go through starting right here in the main living area and the kitchen. And as I mentioned, what you'll notice is because of the dual opposing slides, that allows the kitchen island right here. This, of course, will afford you a lot of prep space. Right over to the side, beautiful, solid surface countertops. You will see the sink top covers. Now, as I always say, right, if it's me, I'm removing one of these. I'm going to put this one over to the side, put it in a storage space. I'm probably going to leave this one here because I get all of this prep space right here, and I still have access to the sink. If I need to wash dishes, right, when I'm done cooking, I'm done prepping food, then I'm taking the other one off, then I'm going to get right down into the sink. You have the high-rise pull-out faucet making everything an absolute breeze. Naturally, anytime you have solid surface, you should always undermount the sink because why wouldn't you? It looks cleaner, it's easier to keep clean because you don't have a ridge. You can just sweep everything like this right down into the sink. It doesn't get stuck along the edge of the sink like that. And as you saw with the sink top covers, it makes everything flush. So if we take a look underneath, you will see plenty of storage here too. You get 3 full extension ball bearing drawers. Over to the side, there is space for a trash can. So you don't have to worry about a trash bag or anything like that hanging out. It's just sets right in there. Then we take a look at the entertainment center over to the side, right? Because in this floor plan, your entertainment area and your kitchen are all kind of blended into one because we have a beautiful bunk room we'll see in the back in just a moment. So large TV, and this is straight across from the main seating area, and I'll show you that in just a minute. but it's big enough that if you are sitting in the dinette or you're sitting on the sofa, you still have a good view to it. And if you're on the sofa again, you're not having to crane your neck. It is a straight shot right across. Underneath is the multimedia center, so you're getting that sound bar quality. You will see that it has several different zones for both inside as well as the speakers outside, and the fireplace underneath. Now, not only does this fireplace look nice, right? Pop it on, it's got the nice little appeal. You can change the color of the flames, but also that is a space heater. And, you know, something like this, I mean, this one is 42 foot 2 inches, right? This is a pretty big rig. Chances are you're going to be parking this somewhere where you have shore power because, you know, the fireplace will require shore power as well. But the thing is if you use this just to kind of take the chill off in this space, that's free heat. You don't have to burn propane. You can just turn that on. So not only does it look nice, but it also is very functional. Another thing that's really cool about this one, folks, it said, you know, it's pretty big at 42 feet. It's heavy as well. You have to have a big truck. This one comes in right around 13,500 pounds, a little under that dry, so definitely a little bit bigger. But you have a 127-gallon gray tank. So, you know, if you do go somewhere where, you know, you don't necessarily have direct connections, you don't have direct drains, maybe you have the city water hookup and you have electric hookup, but you don't have sewer right there on the site, that's okay because you have a 127-gallon gray tank and an 82-gallon black tank. So you can just let those tanks sit, be able to get you through your trip, and then dump them before you leave. Moving further into the kitchen, again, even here, right, in the entertainment area, still that solid surface to help keep everything continuous. And one of my favorite parts about Sierra when we're talking about kitchens is this right here, something very unique. They use the Insignia 4-burner cooktop. You can see this is a standalone unit. It's very residential in both its form and the function. Getting 4 burners is something that happens very, very rarely in any RV. You know, unless you start stepping up into the, you know, $500,000 to $1 million motorhomes, sure. But in a towable RV, a 4-burner cooktop generally doesn't exist. So I love that they put that in there. And then look at the size of the oven, folks. If you like cooking, you like doing casseroles, you know, you like doing cakes, maybe you're a baker, right? You can do it right there with that massive oven. You also see the big microwave right up top and the residential fridge freezer combo. Take a look at this. One of the things I love is the fact this one has an ice maker built right in. If you know me, you know I like my cocktails. I love having ice on hand, right? I can just make it right there from the campground. Now, one of the things I do recommend is making sure you have an inline water filter, especially with an ice maker, right? You don't want a bunch of sand and stuff in your ice cubes. Make sure you have an inline water filter coming in. Make sure you're getting beautiful, clean ice. We'll see the rest of the entertainment center in just a minute, but first we have to hit this bunk room because this is one of the coolest parts about this. Very, very unique. As we make our way back here, you will see right up top is a bunk. So we have sleeping space right there. This is 74 inches long, so even as a 6-foot adult, you can still sleep up there. Right down underneath is our sofa. Now, you will see this drops down to kind of create, you know, like pseudo theater seating, right? You can have a person on each side, have the cup holder there, or you can flip it up and everyone can just hang out right here. Now, this one is kind of cool. If you take a look right underneath here, you will see it is powered. So if you want to plug in, you know, if you're young and have a CPAP machine, or maybe adults are sleeping back here, or if you just want to charge a laptop or a tablet, cell phone, you have USB ports there as well. But this one comes out just like that. You pull this forward a little bit, drop it down, boom, there is your sleeping space. Nice and easy to make up. So I love that is here. But what really, really makes this one unique is on the other side, folks. Take a look at this. You have the ladder, you can climb on up. You have 2 bunks up here. You have the one sitting here, you have another one here. Both of those are also 74 inches long. So you can sleep 2 more adults up there, which again is something you just normally don't get. Spot for a TV, you have clothes storage over there to the side. And one of the things I mentioned very early on is that this one is a 2 full bath unit. So if you take a look right back here, here we are, porcelain bowl. Right? I can take a seat right here, plenty of room for my shoulders as well as for my legs. You can see the sink top there and the medicine cabinet as well as the tub shower there. Having a tub is always great when you have a bunk unit because if you do have small kids, you're able to give them a bath, but you get another full bath back here. And as we make our way back up front, you of course get the bath up front too. So come on through with me a second. You can take a look at the Super Slide, the dinette right here. Nice clean colors, right? It's it's a little bit brighter. They use the brighter fabric, kind of a little bit lighter wood here, which I like. You have the blue lights underneath, both underneath the dinettes as well as the kitchen island, really helping to bring all of that together. You will also see your sofa here. So again, tri-fold sofa. You can sleep 2 more adults right back there as long as they're, okay snuggling up. Huge ceiling heights. You can see right now we have the ceiling fan on, helping to move the air around. Also beautiful light fixture. The kind of that farmhouse look. I think they knocked it out of the park with that one. And then you get the bar area. So, whether you wanted a coffee bar, a standard bar, whatever you really want to do here, or if you just want to use it for storage, you can fit extra cups and things in there. Same thing right down below. Your panel is tucked away right over here to the side. Very clean, easy to use. Tank monitoring panel will be on there as well as all, your lights. You can touch a button. Everything is super simple. Inverter will be right there. A little bit of storage up top, and then again, right down here. Thermostat is located right next to that. And of course, that will control both your ducted AC as well as the heat. You can see a light right there on the stairs, courtesy light. So if you have to use this bathroom up here, and you're coming up from the main living area at night, it makes it easy to do so. When I fold this door open, come on up, we'll take a look in the bathroom real quick. It's the other bathroom, I should say. Drop this down again. 6 foot, 210 pounds. I have plenty of leg room here as well as shoulder space. Porcelain bowl, nice and easy to clean, just like we had in the back. Vent fan. I'll take a step in this shower. If one's going to be short, this would be the one. I have plenty of headspace. You have a big skylight right there. The hand wand is on a bar, and I have a seat in case you need to shave your legs. Additional storage, plus a vanity right over here. And then as we take a walk into the bedroom, let me sneak by you a second, because I do want to show you this as well. Slide out bed with shelves on both sides, as well as some cubby holes right over to the side there. You'll see the big hanging rod here, our King Wi-Fi. So if you want a Wi-Fi, you have that unit right there, which is both an extender and you can get cellular service. Plus, over to the side, washer dryer prep, folks. If you want washer dryer in a unit, this one has it. And a lot of times that's a big deal when we're talking about families, especially if you're thinking about full timing. This is a great one for it. You have fully enclosed and heated underbellies. You have washer dryer prep. You have plenty of sleeping. You have TVs so people can watch all sorts of TV. Nice big kitchen, beautiful high-end amenities. And one of the things I really like about it is the fact that you get all of this starting at $61,995. Folks, that's $12.39 a day. You can have this beautiful fifth wheel. All you need to do to claim that, to be able to lock in that price, is text RV to 46642. Let's take a walk back here. I want to drop down. I want to show you a couple things underneath. Starting with the tires. So those are load range F tires. Most RVs are E, so you have beefier tires on there, which when you're talking about quality of construction is always something that is important. You can't really see it, but this one does have the underbelly panels. So I like that because it's an upgrade over, your standard. When you have an enclosed underbelly, a lot of times it's like a corrugated, like a board essentially, right? But here you have actual ABS panels. They're a lot sturdier. It helps protect that underbelly better. And if you need to do any kind of maintenance, it's a lot cheaper to access because you can just take the screws off of one panel, drop that panel down, and access whatever you need to. If you have a fully enclosed underbelly normally, you have to remove the entire thing a lot of times or cut a hole in it and try to patch it, which isn't very easy. So this method is definitely preferred. You'll also see that you have the level up auto level system. That's gonna be right down there. If you can kind of see that leg right there, it is. So all you have to do is touch a button and this coach will level itself out. And you're thinking, man, Ian, that is a ton of amazing features. What else? Folks, it doesn't stop. Right over here, you can see the outside kitchen. So you have that big, beautiful kitchen inside, a ton of sleeping, 2-bath plus an outside kitchen, lots of storage right over here. You'll see that it is strut supported. Again, that quality of construction rather, all the way through. You have some blue lights in here, really helping to accent it, right? Make it look really sharp. If you want to put some bottles out here, you can. Otherwise, you can use it for additional prep space, sink, microwave, and my personal favorite right there, of course, is the what I like to call the beer fridge. But it can be soda, it can be condiments, whatever else you want to put in there. Plus, there's a propane quick connect right down underneath to operate this grill right back here. So that way, if you want to do some cooking, you can can do that nice and easily. Don't even need to worry about buying one because it does come with it. Folks, this is an awesome RV. If you're looking for something to sleep a lot of people, you have a big vehicle to tow it, or you're thinking about buying, a 1-ton truck, this is one you don't want to miss out on. If you like what this has to offer, but maybe you don't have a vehicle big enough to tow it, that's okay. We have over 20,000 units on the lot, 80,000 coming in. We can help you out. Simply text the word FRESH to 46642.
Camping World is the one-stop shop for all your outdoor essentials. Shop chairs and side tables starting at only $9.99 and patio lights starting at $10.99. Grills for only $9.99? Who knew travel could be so easy? Your vacations just got a little brighter, a little tastier, and a little cozier. See America for less when you shop at Camping World.